misija preći. Ja sam dodatno čačnuo neke stvari da bi to funkcionisalo još bolje i nadam se da večeras
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the live stream. Jumping in right into Tobruk. Got me by surprise a little bit. Thought we would have at least a minute or two to look at the planning and everything. I think this is copyrighted music, so I'm going to have to mute it. But we are in Tobruk once again. Owen Rommel and the Africa Corps. And tonight, we are seeking vengeance for the previous attempt at this mission, in which, well, as the youth put it, we got clapped. We truly did. It was not a successful mission. We lost all our tanks. We failed to reach all of our objectives. And the offensive stalled, basically. Tonight, though, we're hoping we make it all the way to the city. And we give the desert rats a run for their money. So, with that said, I'm going to just unmute the game audio. Here we go. Dobar dan, dobar dan.
Ajmo svi iz Klausa vamo kod mene. Postrojite se ovdje naprijed.
Izvolite.
Ajte vam.
Tank operators again, as you can see.
Ajte nalijevo i povedite do zadnjeg tenka da ne smetamo ovdje drugom skovodu, to je prvom. Povedi, aj se.
Left face, and we're going to go to the final tank in the row. So we don't overlap the other guys that are having their briefing. But pretty much the same as last month. Actually, less than a month. It was about 28 days or so, I think. Something along those lines. Almost a month. Since the previous mission. Using the same tanks. Same map, everything's the same. Hopefully, except the outcome. Switch to this thing. There's an anti-tank cannon there. Take a look at these things.
To on tamo u Hugo Bossu delu, a?
Da.
Hugo Boss.
Must say, our
Čim završimo briefing, morat ću se ići konzultirat s njime.
Hauptmann looks rather dashing for this mission, especially with that mustache. Lovely.
Ja pogledam u sekundu, vidim brčić, ja op. Počelo, a?
There's been a accidental discharge. I'm going to check if I have... Let's see if I have a...
Ništa, momci, dobro večer, ja sam Vostok, večeras ću biti vaš komandir tenkovskog voda. Otvorite kartu.
This is going to be our platoon commander for tonight. Let's take a look at the map.
Mi smo tenkovski vod Klaus, koji se sastoji od...
We are class platoon.
4G, ako se ne varam. I naš zadatak će večeras biti da izvučemo probe kroz neprijateljske linije i guksi probijaš. Čujem se duplo. Hvala.
Double,
Prvi objektiv, Alfred. Ovdje dosta linija i svega. Šta je
Still hear him double us.
da je ovo protitankovska
Distracting.
jama, to jest rov.
This is an anti-tank ditch over here.
Na to pazite.
If we go into this ditch, we won't be able to crawl our tanks out of there, so we're going to form a column on the right side of the road and go around all of this.
Protitankovski rov izlazimo sa druge strane. Dok ste u pokretu dejstvujete po rovima, po bunkerima i tome.
Poslušaj, izvini sekund samo. Guksi, molim te, ne mogu da ga čujem ništa, probiješ mnogo.
Ja, brate, mikrofon mi je na mute, brate, nisam ja.
Test.
Sad je dobro, izvini.
Znači, imate ispod sam
Sorry, I had to do it, like, two voices is too much, that gets under my skin, like, I can't focus at all on anything. Sorry about that. So Dietrich is going to go down the road, that's the infantry, they have their own jobs, we're going on the right side of the road, around all of this, and we will fire on enemy positions as we're sort of going around. As we go around, we're going to go assume our fire positions over here. Form a line, as you can see, on the map. We're going to form this line, and there you go.
Sve jasno za sad?
Levo, to jest jugoistočno od nas se formira i prvi tenkovski vod, Bergam.
Bergam is going to go to the left of us, and Dietrich is going to be in between us.
Da bi razvili malo veću brzinu od 30, zašto je taj polugusenčar malo bagovit.
Dietrich has to go down the road. They can't go off-road because their half tracks are very slow in the sand. After that, we move out.
Ovdje je položaj na karti. Mi možda nećemo biti tu, možda budemo ovdje, na primjer, brdo. Možda će jedan par, to jest...
We're holding a line formation. We're going down this sort of thick arrow that we've drawn, as you can see. We'll make it here. Once we make it here, we'll survey the terrain. This is a hill. We're probably going to have like 2 tanks up here, 2 over here, maybe something like that. We will see. Well, we're going to break formation a little bit. We're going to avoid these depressions in the terrain over here. There's probably like small rivers and something like that. We're going to stay away from that. First tank platoon on the second objective is going to go down the main thing. Main line here, we're going down from the northern end. What you can see here is a minefield. So all of this is one giant minefield. This is also a minefield. These places are also minefields. We're firing on the move. After that, we're looking to the north as soon as we get there.
Our
Our main objective for all of these attacks is going to remove enemy anti-tank guns, destroy enemy anti-tank guns. That's the main objective that we have. Before the attack, we're gonna calculate the distance roughly. Let's look at objective Bruno for a second. We have one tank, we have another tank. We're gonna divide those targets between us. The first two tanks will target this, the second two tanks will target this one. Not good.
Dakle, topovi su naša glavna meta, sve drugo nam ne može ništa, a topovi su velika opasnost za nas, a pogotovo za pešadije.
Those anti-tank guns are especially dangerous for us as well, but for the infantry component as well, because they're in half tracks, and those half tracks are very lucrative targets for a AT gun. If it hits it with an HE shell, it could blow up the half track and everyone inside it. So yeah. After that, we're attacking the next objective. Pretty much the same thing, nothing complicated. We go round, fire in, fire out.
Megaherca, preporučujem za vas operatere da podesite i 30 u slučaju da ja budem uništen, da vi znate sljedeća dalja naređenja. Ukoliko ja budem, to jest ako budem nesposobljen, komandu će preuzeti Mate, pošto je najiskusniji, ako se ti Mate sa tim slažeš.
Naravno, nema problema.
Dakle, podesite 33.
Mogu ja samo još dodati nešto vezano za ove položaje prije nego što nastavimo sa planovima. Svako uporište...
Can I just add something, says the guy next to me?
Ako vidite mrežu na njemu, mrežu koja ima kamuflažu...
If you see a camouflage position, there's a 90% chance that there is going to be some heavy MG or... well, actually not heavy MG, there's a 90% chance that there's going to be an anti-tank position there. So draw it in on the map if you see it.
Dakle, sad ćemo na početku da se formiramo kao što je ovdje iscrtano, dakle...
At the beginning we're going to form up like so.
Jedan, to jest ja, dvojka, trojka, četvorka, držite distancu 20 metara i u koloni držite distancu 20 metara. Brzinu određuje prvo vozilo u koloni, to jest ja, ukoliko bude neko drugi, onda će on da određuje. Dakle, pri svakom napadu bit će pri njega, kako se zove, izviđanje. Maskota će da... Sačekat ćemo avion da prođu.
I'll wait for the aviation to pass.
Maskota će da odredi preko odreće distancu, dakle, do najbližih meta.
Before each attack we're going to receive over the radio the distance between our position and the nearest enemy guns.
Koji kaže distancu do sljedećeg objektiva, isto tako i za vatreni položaj 3 i slično. Dakle,
that's going to happen for all of these.
Map tools, to jest lenjire i ostale uglomjere, da ja mogu to da određujem. Zato traje 2 sekunde. Dakle, pripremite...
When you have the map tools, it takes like 2 seconds to do that.
Page up, page down, ili CTRL, scroll up, ili gore dole, mijenjate distancu, dakle, na koju gađate.
Prepare HE shells for those tanks. As far as for those AT guns, as far as enemy tanks are concerned, they're less of a problem for us, but they are also a threat. Not so much for us, but for the infantry component, for the half tracks, definitely. We have by far the...
I to bilo to, ali imate neki pitanja za mene? Izvoli.
Kad dođemo od
vidi.
I vidimo mete, možemo mi odmah da dejstvujemo ili?
Po ovom naređenju. Vjerojatno ćemo svi dejstvovati odjednom radi maksimalnog efekta.
Jasno.
Još neka pitanja?
Pa nije pitanje, samo bi vam mislio dao još jedno upozorenje. Neprijateljski...
One more, no questions, but just one more observation. Enemy tanks are not as much as a threat as other enemy vehicles. Their lighter armored cars and stuff like that are more dangerous than enemy tanks, because the enemy tanks are very poorly armed when it comes to dealing with our Panzer IVs.
Onesposobljavamo topove, rovove i pešadije, unutra ostavljamo pešadiji, jer topovi su glavna meta i glavna opasnost za sve nas. Jel ima još nekih pitanja?
Are there any more questions? No, and before that he said one more time that destroying enemy AT guns is the main objective. Everything else is sort of a side.
Kako ćete da radite, kako i šta. I čekajte naređenje da se uputite ka našim prije vatrenim položajama K1, 2, 3, 4, desno ovdje od puta.
A side objective, if you will.
Jasno.
Jasno, gospodine poručiče.
Golube ću ti postaviti radio. Ja idem među vremena vidjeti je gospodin Hauptmann.
33, jel tako?
I
There we go.
stavi secondary na 30.
Što ovo je naša limuzina?
Da vidim samo... Provjerim nešto. Da, dobro. Alright, so I'm just going to set the channel to 33. Channel 2, I'm going to set it to 31. I think. Let me just check.
Klaus, za sve Klause provjera radio.
Alright, there we go. Set to 33. We're good. We're ready to move. Okay, we have third-person view this time round. It's worth noting. Machine gunner's seat. Oh, I got a machine gunner's seat. Right, okay. That'll be useful. Is that the... is that the coaxial machine gun? Yeah, it is. Okay. Good. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to be making much use of the coaxial machine gun. All vehicles must have their engines turned off before we move out. Turn off your engines. Mine is off, right? Yep, it is. There you go.
Čuješ ti vezu?
Ništa, čujem samo ono klik, 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 klik.
E pa to ja čujem.
Kao pokušao neko da se javi, ali ništa ne priča.
To nije dobro, samo se...
Yeah, I don't hear the radio. Seems as though someone's trying to talk, but I can't hear them. So there's the radio we have.
Provjera veze.
Klaus, svi Klaus, ovdje Klaus, jedan provjera veze.
Dobro, saslučaj.
Pa javi mu se, ne?
Prošlo. Ano, imamo ove dimne, a?
Imamo dimne, ja imam ovaj, kako se zove, nije koaksijalni, nego mitraljez dole pored vozača, mogu pređem na njega.
Odlično. Dobro, pa ne igram u prvom licu.
Da, pogotovo za novinare, da tako kažem, u roleplayu. So good thing is we have third-person view, so especially for us, for the newspapers, quote-unquote, right, for the live streaming, it's a lot better because you guys get to see what's going on instead of looking at this for the entirety of the mission. It's Okay, beautiful. Now, I think that's it as far as our preparations are concerned.
Prošli ste na 30, jel, na kojoj treba da uradite? Podesite radio vezu na tenkovski vod da uradite provjeru veze sa komandirom.
Pa namestio sam.
Kula ode Klaus 1, provjera radio veze. Klaus 1 prisutan.
Klaus 2 prisutan.
I just wanted to say that it will be so much easier to drive. It will be so much easier to drive. Last time I was living hell. I know, and I felt especially bad for it being a YouTube video, right? Because this is all we got to see, right? Like, as far as the sort of immersive experience is concerned, that
Znači komunikacija
Klaus 4.
bude nikakva.
Da. Pa ništa, mi da izađemo iz tenka da vičemo jedni na druge na lokalu.
Pa to je najbolje.
Malte, podesi vezu 33, to je naš vod.
Yeah, we're having radio trouble. They can't hear the commander. I think we can hear him just fine, but we can't hear the other two tanks. Communication's going to be hell for us. So yeah, that's it's not ideal. North is that way, right?
Klaus 3 provjera veze.
Yep. All right. So the compass on the top right works. You have to think about people sometimes. There's a game after all. I agree. There's always that fine balance. You want to have some immersion and role play, and you want to have it be like sometimes sometimes purposefully difficult, but at the same time it is a video game, and we need to drive these tanks around for fun as well. So it's
Klaus 2 na vezi, počujete za 5.
Communication was a problem with our solution. You couldn't inform anyone when my commander was. You couldn't inform anyone when my commander was knocked out. I don't remember what our problem was last mission. Oh yeah, we were dead most of it. That was our problem. We got knocked out by the tanks. That was our problem. Communication. We didn't get to the phase of communication. Yeah, we just. It's like that. You see that hill? We peek over the hill. AT gun just knocks us out immediately, and we're in spectator all of a sudden. So we didn't get to the communication stage. That was freaking hilarious. But yeah, talk about last Friday 2 days ago. Oh right. Yeah, it was especially for the snipers too. We had trouble relaying to you guys what we saw and everything. Like we're trying to draw it in on the map, but a couple of times stuff that we drew in was just completely ignored. So yeah, can let you guys know because the hills and everything. Here the terrain is less extreme, so hopefully we should be able to talk to each other just fine. I want to say that something is broken with commotion, not only because of the terrain. Yeah. Could be. I don't know. There's been people are reporting problems with TeamSpeak. Sometimes when you respawn, I know people having problems. It just breaks. It doesn't work. Having it on push to talk apparently is better. It helps. So mine is on push to talk both both radio and local. So maybe that's one way around. But yeah, we've had. Regularly report the condition of our tank, ammunition, and fuel situation, stuff like that. Obviously. But yeah. I don't know though. Never learned to use push to talk. I'm used to voice activation. I know. It's difficult to get used to, but it's doable. It's doable. You can just, you need to find the right button to assign it to. For me, it's a mouse, it's mouse 4. So I just hold down mouse 4 for local communication, caps lock for radio communication, control caps lock for long range radio, and it works fine. Takes a bit of getting used to, but I think I told this joke previously. I got so used to playing with push to talk, and I was on the public server for like God knows how long, like 5 or 6 hours, something like that, at one point. And someone came into my room as I was like in my 5th hour of playing on the public server, and they asked me something, and I swear to you, I picked up the mouse and I held mouse 4 as I answered them, because I was just so so immersed into it, I just completely forgot about all of it, and just I was holding the push to talk button in real life. It was hilarious. I was like, all right, this is the limit, right? This is where we stop. This, no more after this. Go touch grass, as they say. I'm gonna check a couple of things. I didn't mention... Yeah, I need to bring up the piece of paper that I have. Well, it's a document, actually, for the range guide for everything. You can't leave the post up. I can't leave your soul. True. I got a piece of paper here with basically it's like a rangefinder for the main gun. At 500 meters and at 1 kilometer. So APCRs are at 1 for 500 meters, and for 5 at 1,000 meters. AP shells 4 and 7 respectively, and HE shells 6 and 14. So they drop off a lot more with distance, as you can see. So I just have that ready in case I need to take over the gun. But I will be driving for the majority of this mission, I believe, just providing you with some cinematic scenes of tank combat. Hopefully, at least. Also, I forgot to mention this. I no longer have the stream chat overlay. I'm going to try and turn it on again. I'm going to see how it looks like. Okay, I turned it on again. And let's see. Just testing. See what it looks like. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, and nothing. It doesn't work, and then when it does work, you will see something from the person. True, absolutely. Yeah, there you go. So the stream stream overlay just doesn't work for some reason. And then on top of all of that, occasionally it'll just flood the display with messages from 2 hours ago. I don't know why it's doing that. I haven't changed anything. It just stopped working this morning. And I tried to fix it before the stream. You can probably find it in the chat up when you scroll up. I wrote down 50 testing messages. Couldn't get it to work. I think I'm going to need to delete the whole overlay and then make a new one, but I don't have time for that right now. So this stream is without the chat overlay on the left, so I'm going to try and read all the messages out loud for you folks and respond as we go along. But at any rate, the gun's ready. The machine gunner's seat, as you can see, is also ready. Unfortunately, I can't adjust the range on the turret machine gun.
Kad krenemo u napad, nećemo se vatrenih požara, mi sa njih ne vidimo cifru. Ugasite samo.
As you can see, right side, right there, there's the whole MG. That's what I can use when we're stationary somewhere. the Panzer IV also features a coaxial machine gun along with the main 75mm cannon, if I'm not mistaken.
Cirkular na desno sa tankovima.
Alright, right face with the tanks. And
Idemo pokret na
we're moving to our firing positions. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You turn off the engine every single chance you get. ...30 km/h speed limit, I believe. That's what we were told before the mission began.
Cirkular, izvolite se na svoje vatrene položaje i pripremite se da dalje pokret. U proboj idemo u koloni.
Right, so we're going to assume our firing positions. Once we actually go...
Može.
Šta kažeš?
Može. Idi još naprijed.
A, može. Gledam da smo u liniji sa ova druga dva tanka, odnosno druga tri.
Dobro,
Kad krenemo u proboj, prelazimo preko brda i svi se nadovezujete na mene i idete iza mene u formaciji kolona kao što je pokazano.
When we cross the ridge, we're gonna take a right, left turn, and we're gonna
po metama koje smo odredili,
form a column behind the lead tank.
Računate sa znači 800 metara je od tačke Berlin koja se nalazi zapadno od nas. Ažurirajte markere.
Alright, there we go. Gonna move our marker as well, get ready to move.
Pripremite fugasne granate i pripremite na daljinometru 800 metara pošto gađate tu metu.
800 meters on the rangefinder.
Klaus 2 primio.
Klaus 3 primio.
Klaus 4 primio.
And all three tanks in the platoon have confirmed what the commander just said. We've readied HE shells, 800 meter distance, and we're ready to fire, ready to move. Good. Ja imam lep pogled odavde od ozgo, mogu i korekciju vatre da ti vršim ako bude bilo potrebe, ako bude kratko, dugo i to.
Dobro, odlično.
Just tell him I have a great view from up here so I can correct his fire if need be. I can see where his shells are going to land. So, you know. Hopefully we're going to nail those guns, because we're going to need to really focus, and we're going to need to really dial in with all four of us. We need to communicate between, well, me and my commander, well, gunner, actually. Same thing, really. The gun usually has the final say of what's going on. But we're going to need to communicate, you know, cleanly, very well.
Tokom proboja nema stajanja, znači pun gas i dejstva.
No stopping once we've crossed the ridge. And turn off your engines. Like I mentioned before, it's one trade secret. Turn off your engine every single time you stop somewhere. Unlike real life, in Arma, it's extremely easy to turn the engine off. The second you touch one of the movement keys, the engine comes alive and you can move pretty much instantly. You lose virtually no time if the engine is turned off. Like, maybe you lose a tenth of a second moving backwards or forwards. In Arma 3, that makes no difference. So there's no reason to have the engine on at all times. If you're stationary, turn the engine off. There are some vehicles where you can't turn the engine off, or you can, but then the turret won't move. So you need to keep the engine on for that reason. The British Challenger is one that comes to mind. It will not operate if the turret cannot turn if the engine is turned off. The moment you move the turret, the engine just comes on. So, yeah. But outside of that situation, no reason for any of this. That is the artillery work, I believe. You can't really see what's going on, and the FPS just dropped to like a solid and sturdy 30. But you can see off in the distance dense clouds of smoke.
Pokret na komandu, krećemo pun gas desno od puta, nadovezujete se iza mene kako smo rasporedili u koloni tamo, prikazano kako je.
So column formation is 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're going exactly behind the lead tank.
Svim Klausima pokret.
To all Klaus units, move.
Klaus, ti dosta iza nas.
Potvrda.
Desno te što pre.
There we go, we're behind the lead tank. This is where the other tank platoon is going on the left. We're on the right side, right behind the first lead tank. No message received for 15 seconds. Okay. Okay, it's not just me. The server broke. I just wrote in the, well, never mind. I just let everyone know that I'm having technical difficulties. Server snapped. Yikes. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Tell you what, we're going to go on a bit of a break. So, I'm going to go to standby. I'm going to switch off both of these. I'm going to play some ads for you, and we will be back in, well, hopefully very, very soon, when all of this is, you know, resolved. Okay, it's just a quick little note for everyone. The server is going to be restarted any minute now, and we're going to jump right back in, take our slots, and continue the mission. I do apologize for these technical difficulties. This is the first time we've had the server break mid-mission. At one point we had trouble starting the server to begin with, and that was a global issue. It wasn't on us. It was the Cloudflare thing, and well, basically nothing was working. Right, from TeamSpeak to Steam to everything was gone. And so, obviously, when Steam doesn't work, there's not much we can do. But as far as this is concerned, this is the first time that the server actually broke mid, tank charge down the road. That was pretty funny. But yeah, what can you do? That's just part of life, I suppose. I will see you guys in a couple of minutes once the server is back up and we're ready to go once again. And we're back. Sorry, I just had to grab something to eat as we were waiting. Jest czemu?
Čujemo se.
Au.
Odlično, to je to.
Nema. Uđi na ga...
Ćemo opet raditi briefing.
Uđi na ganera i da mjesti radi.
When I'll have a briefing again, right? I mean, I hope not. 33. Set frequency. Exit. There we go. All right, lovely. We're back.
Dobra vezi. Provjera duga, jel se čujemo? Prošao.
Radio check. Everyone's going through. That's good. And we're ready to move out. So, what did we learn from that first attack? I mean, it was alright. We went roughly where we were supposed to go. There's artillery fire in the background.
Vostače, jel se čujemo?
Can't get our commanding officer on the horn. He can't hear us. But in come the Ju-88s once again. You know, not as epic as the first time we've seen them fly by, but yeah, still pretty awesome. Look at that. Lovely.
Ti trik primio, bit će tako.
I'm just thinking I can turn out while I'm... Ako ja budem u nesvesti ili zaginem ili nešto, u rancu je toolkit kod mene, da znaš samo.
Dobro, odlično.
Just let him know that the repair kit is in my backpack in case I go down or I'm unconscious or anything like that.
Nadajmo se da nećeš.
Pa zlu ne trebalo, što se kaže. Ja sam mislio samo meni pukla Arma, rekao, Joksi mi sad pozdravlja mater 100% kad stojim u mestu i ne javljam se.
Ja mislim da i meni net pukao, druže, ne mogu da pucam, ne mogu da se krećem, ne znam što je ono bilo. Ja sam mislio ti sam ideš.
Vozi nenaoružan ništa, samo pozdravlja Britance, a maši mi s vozača.
Dok nam se Vostok još nije pridružio, smo svi ostali. Dvojka, četvorka.
Dvojka tu.
Četvorka tu. Pa ništa, mi ćemo se onda postaviti gore na svoj položaj, pa ćemo onda...
Alright, we're gonna go and take our positions. And we're gonna wait for our commanding officer, because...
Guksi će sačekati Vostok u vlade. Mate, da li hoćeš da krenem? Da.
Budemo mi prvi tank onda u koloniji, a?
Eto, ne znam. Mateo, ćeš ti biti prvi tank?
Ja ću za sad ostati četvorka, pa ćemo vidjet. Trojka, oprosti.
Dobro. Ništa, onda ćemo mi prvi ići izgleda.
So we're gonna assume the role of the lead tank as the operation continues, because the commanding tank is currently not operational, shall we say. Keep things.
Znači dvojka, kad dobijemo dozvolu za pokret, vi ćete biti kec. Vi jete prvi. Isti plan, sve isto ostaje.
Razumem.
Četvorka, razumeo.
Same plan, everything is the same, except we're doing it with 3 tanks instead of 4. And now we're just waiting for the artillery barrage again, and then we're going to move out from there. There go the Stukas again. Wonderful. And the half-tracks carrying the infantry component of this assault. If you think about it, we are rather limited. I mean, we have just a couple of half-tracks and a couple of tanks. Well, more than a couple, fair enough, but just tanks and half-tracks. The artillery preparation that happens beforehand is outside of our control. We don't have any, we don't have any say in where those shells land. We can't correct the fire or anything. It's completely out of our control. And then it's just just us after that, basically. It's not like we have our own artillery battery or something in the rear, and then we can call in artillery strikes on various enemy fortifications and positions and stuff like that. We don't have that option, so One of the criticisms I had previously, and I mean, it's not a criticism of what we did so much as
Tankovi pokret.
move. All right. tanks roll out, as they say.
Levo, idi ka putu.
Kratko za nekih 100-ak. Was short by about 100 meters. Alright, I am extremely nervous in case you couldn't tell. Extremely nervous.
Odlično.
Reci mi sad, hoćeš napred nazad još kako ti bude odgovaralo priči.
Vaši. Samo nastavi. Dobro, samo.
Vidimo. Desno od nas imaš mreže i utvrđeni položaj i kamion. 45-50 azimut tako.
Krizna, meni šteka internet. Neko drugi mora preuzeti vođenje.
Primljen.
Volter se vratio.
Ili T2 uništen, primljen. Dakle, ovi su gotovi. Nastavi levo. Idemo na vatreni položaj.
Moving to VP or firing position Klaus 2. That is dead ahead.
Stoj.
And we are on our firing position. That is it.
Lijepo odrađeno, momci.
Well done, boys. Well done.
Klaus 3, ovdje Klaus 4, prijem.
Klaus 3 na prijemu.
Jel imamo dozvolu da prođemo
Klaus 4 for Klaus
pored
3.
ove jaruge?
Do we have permission to fire next to this ditch? I don't know what ditch he's referring to. Got to turn off the engine. You can see our infantry left side of the screen over there.
Zrkuvam svim Klausima, ponovo sam operativan, dajte nam svoj status.
Klaus ovdje, Klaus 3. Sva 3 tenka su operativna i dobro smo odradili prvi zadatak.
Odličan posao.
Ažurirao sam na marker isto.
Odlično.
Just moved our marker as well.
Mislim, vjerujem da niko od nas nije oštećen.
None of the tanks are damaged as far as I can tell. Yeah. That's what the currently lead tank said as well. This was a lot smoother than last time. We lost so many guys just trying to take the first objective. I mean, that was all right. Second and third one were absolutely horrible. Not much to do now, we're just waiting for the infantry component to finish mopping up all the trenches, all the little bunkers, all the rooms. That's going to take a little bit of time for them to finish, but overall it should be a fairly easy job. They don't have a lot to do. It's too quiet, man. It's eerily quiet. Ispržimo neko jaje na
Momci,
motoru.
budite na oprezu, 290 iza brda se vidio neki dim, moguće da vam dolazi nešto u kontranapad.
Primljeno. Što reći?
Ispržimo neko jaje na motoru dok čekamo.
Ne, to, taman. Neku kajgenu.
I'm gonna fry some eggs on the engine while we're waiting.
Klausi, tokom pokreta na sljedeći objektiv zaobilazimo ovu uvalu ispred nas, idemo lijevo putem i kasnije se odvajamo desno od puta kad zaobiđemo uvalu.
On the next objective, we're going to go around this depression in the terrain. We're going to go on the road and then develop this way into a line. Drugi tenkovski vod u borbi, dejstvuj po njima.
Vidim, ima neko vozilo. Neka vozila.
Have some vehicles up ahead.
Izlaz iz vozila zbog artiljerijske vatre.
Enemy artillery fire is also coming in.
Klaus 3 za keca.
Prenesi.
Can hear shrapnel landing on the tank.
Vodi neku bitku sa tenkovima koji su ispred nas. Iza brda.
Potpuno mi ne smijemo da idemo dalje od ovog mjesta. Htio sam da pomognem, međutim ostajemo ovdje.
Yeah, so the commanding tank just offered to help the other tank platoon. Our orders are to stay put. We're not allowed to move forward. The other tank platoon will have to take care of whatever they're fighting on their own. It is very eerie how many bits of shrapnel landed on the tank, though. That is... I mean, you saw where the artillery shells were landing, right? Like, there's one over there, and we caught bits of, like, rock and sand and shrapnel and whatever that flew this way. That's terrifying. Just goes to show if you don't lie down and you're not in cover when artillery starts littering the battlefield with shells, it's terrifying, man. Prozujela je granata pored četvrtog tanka našeg.
Tank azimut 282.
Hitno, imate tank na brdu azimut 280, gađa vas.
Neki 1500 po mojoj proceni.
Proši. To je tamo bila, ali se pomerio.
Pratim. Malo dugo.
Znači približio se ovako nešto.
Znam ako ti za brda. Opet dugo.
Imam jedan potvrđeni pogodak na neprijateljskom vozilu, prijem.
Smanji za 200, sad kad izađe bit će još bliži. Gledam na karti otprilike.
Evo, otišao iza horizonta, čekam da se ponovo pojavi.
I'm trying to use the map to dial in the shots of the gunner. Although I reckon the other tank platoon is going to take care of that. Valentine, I believe it was. I need to look something up. It does. I had to Google whether
Idemo
angling...
azimutom 310, prelazimo, idemo kroz ovu uvalu i prelazimo sa druge strane da imamo bolji pogled malo. Krećemo u liniji na moj znak.
Možemo li se mi uspjeti s druge strane, prijem?
Negativno još. Može pokret azimut 310.
Azimuth 310, we are moving...
Pun gas.
To brže ne može.
Vas zove 2-4, malo će stupiti od formacije.
Prilino. Podržite liniju.
Uspjeće.
Kulac, zaustavite se ovdje.
To all units, halt here. I'll turn off the engine again, and we are ready to move. We've got a good position as well. I'm going to. Oh, they moved the marker already. So, next objective, pretty much the same idea as far as we're concerned. Right side of the objective, don't go into the minefield. Destroy the enemy AT guns, provide fire support for guns inside the...
idemo naprijed 50 metara da bi vidjeli ispod horizonta. Pokret.
50 meters ahead so we can see over the horizon.
Kulac, stoj. Popravite liniju, imamo tenkove ispred nas.
Tanks ahead of us. I don't see him.
Trojka za keca, šta znači ispred? Šta znači ispred? Ne vidimo ništa.
Nešto gađa po nama ovdje lijevo. Gledajte direktno ispred vas. Neko... Klaus četvorka, ti nam gledaj desni bok, ja gledam naš lijevi, vi u centru gledajte naprijed.
Primio.
Klaus 4 primio.
Artiljerija ovo padala po nama, nije zgađala ništa. Mislim, direktno.
Da.
It was artillery that was falling around us, it wasn't any direct fire from the enemy.
Samo kad bi ova pešadija krenula. Koliko im treba.
Infantry still hasn't finished cleaning up over here. That's
Vostoče, li imam dozvolu pa ćeš par metara napred da me smetaju krošnje?
Potrebno smiješ i ugasite motore kad ste stacionarni. Hitno imamo tenkove, azimut...
Vidiš ga.
Azimut 320 do sjevera.
Još 100 produži.
Hitno, Klaus 4 je u borbi.
Još 2 klika možda.
Kako bre,
Kulac, nakon dejstva povucite se ispod horizonta, znači ispod brda pa se vratite i dejstvujte opet.
Ništa nas više ne vide.
Evo ti ga još jedan tamo, ista meta. Visoko. Levo malo od njega. Da.
Gdje je brdo tenkova?
Azimut 3.
Visoko.
Jao.
Ja vidim brdo, a ne brdo tenkova.
Tik iznad kupole. Ili ušlo, okej.
To je to.
Još jedan desno od njega, još jedan.
Još jedan je iza brda.
Ja ga ne vidim.
Umak, izašao iza brda sad, ovo je uteko.
A vidi ga trojka, a vidim ga malo.
Eto.
Distanca 500 do 600 metara.
Guiding his shots, basically. Boom.
To je to. Bravo, Klaus 4.
Klaus 1, Klaus 4, teže smo oštećeni, prijem.
Prijemno. Da li ste operativni?
Potrebno operativni smo,
Fourth
ali
tank
nam je
is heavily
jako oštećen.
damaged. Infantry is now only, I think, gathering up.
Klaus 1 do Klaus 4, prijem.
Prenesi.
Da li imam dozvolu da se povučem iz horizonta kako je popravio tank, prijem.
Potvrdno.
Class 4 has requested permission to withdraw behind the horizon underneath this hill so we can so they can fix their tank up and get back in the fight when they're done. We've received permission to do so. Now they're going to go and conduct their repairs, and that's it. I want to see if I can spot something from the MG nest over here. There's a bit of a zoom on it. No. There's nothing here. If I turn out from this way, is there no. Alright.
Klaus 1 do Klaus 4, prijem.
Na prijemu prenesi. Prenesi Klaus 4.
Biću van tanka zbog popravke, prijem.
Primjeno. Obavijest me kad završiš.
Krenula pešadija.
Dobro su se setili.
Klaus 3, da li me čuješ?
Klaus 3 na prijemu.
Klaus 3 hitno. Ovaj Klaus 4, pardon. Recimo da se vrati u tank, idemo dalje, motor može da sačeka, trenutno operativan, tako da nije sad problem da se ne popravi.
Hoće mi da se vratimo, bliži smo. Da im kažemo.
Ajde.
Alright, we're gonna go back and tell Klaus 4 that we need to move.
Evo, čeli su.
Klaus 1 do Klaus 4, ponovno smo operativni, nismo uspjeli da popravimo motor, prijem.
Primjeno, to ćemo riješiti posle drugog zadatka.
So their engine is damaged. They haven't able to fix it, but we're about to move out again.
Cirkular, formirat ćemo sada pre pokreta romb. Ja ću doći sada između vas i vi se formirajte na meni kao što
a diamond,
ispod karte.
so we're on the left side of the command tank.
Potvrdno, sve smo iskinuli.
Primjeno nek sa svog položaja nisam vidio, sad se pojavio jedno. Dolazim ja desno kod vas, vi se formirajte na mene kao što je prikazano ispod karte.
Klaus 3 primio, dolazimo 110 strane.
Pozicioniran sam, ažurirao sam marke. Odlična formacija, momci.
Ja drugim ljudima pomeram marker.
Idemo naprijed ka brzo ispred nas, pokret.
Postavili neku Pinokio formaciju na karti, nema veze s ovim gde su.
Brzina 40 km/h.
Close 3 primio.
$40 kph, we're moving out.
Slušaj vamo, Klaus 1 i 2 ide sa lijeve strane brda, Klaus 3 i 4 idu sa desne.
Levo. Klaus 3 primio, mi držimo svoj pravac.
We're going on the left side of the hill.
Klaus 4 primio.
Along with our lead.
Na vrh brda da vas nešto ne skine iz daljine.
And do not climb the top of the hill.
Polako, zaustavi. Nastavi.
Klaus 2, nastavi samo, zaustavi ovdje.
Primljeno.
No stopping here, continue.
Klaus 3 od Klaus 4 prijem.
Vozim ispred ili zaustavimo, ali su stali?
Stoj.
Čuvat ću ti severni i severno-zapadni deo prijema.
Jasno, samo se nema još puno izlagati, čini se puno aktivnosti tamo iz onog grada.
Primljeno.
Thank you for subscribing. Old man yells at screen. Oh, what a name.
Gaste motore kad stojite.
What a name, man. Congratulations, I feel like, are in order for such a name. Thank you so much for subscribing, and that brought a smile to my face, alright. Alright, there we go, we're in position.
Klaus 3 za Klaus 4.
Klaus 4 na prijemu.
Budi samo oprezan da ne uplešiš u minsko polje.
Primljeno.
Just be careful of the minefield. These guys can, if they continue straight, sorry, towards the objective, they're gonna end up walking into the minefield over there.
Cirkular, pokret, naprijed idemo kao što je već određeno.
Move! We're going ahead
Na
as...
taksi Frankfurt, sjeverozapadno se nalazimo i opet formiramo romb. Potvrdite da ste čuli.
Moving towards
Klaus 2 primio.
Point Frankfurt, and then we're establishing a diamond formation once again, once we meet up at Frankfurt. We're gonna get a little bit more spacing between us and him.
Odlično. Pripremite fugasni da dejstvujete po uporištu 1, 2, 3 gdje napreduje naša pešadija. Pokret.
Right, move. Ready HE shells, get ready to fire on the enemy fortification. As you can see, one tank is lagging behind a little bit. Well, approaching full speed ahead and open fire. Good shots, keep firing.
Neko je ispao ispred nas, neko je ošao ispred nas.
A friendly tank that rushed a bit too far ahead. Neprijateljska pešadija 220. Velika grupa.
Trojka za kece, ja ne vidim taj top na istoku.
Cirkulat, pokušajte da nađete top na zapadu. Na zapadu ima top kod zamka, piše Fort Markura, T3, 225 metara. Zaustavite.
Ništa, ne možemo da ga vidimo.
Gurnem malo naprijed, mislim da ga vidim odavde.
Al, iznačemo se preći.
Azimut 283.
Dalje po planu pratite ucrtane linije. Djestrujte po topovima.
Izgubili smo jedan, Klaus.
Ništa, nastavljaj samo.
We lost a friendly tank.
Dajte mi status koje sve operativno.
Klaus 2 operativan.
Trojka operativna.
Nastavite samo dalje po ucrtanim linijama.
A on nas gleda.
Continue.
Izbijamo na sljedeće vatrene položaje.
Moving to the next firing position.
Pazite, nas negdje direktno ima top.
U džep.
To je to.
Momci, ispred nas top ima.
Potvrdno tražim ga.
Gleda direktno nas, dejstvuje ka nama.
288, vidiš ga. Još 200. Produži.
Pa 1500, tako nešto. Mislim vidio da je palo.
Preskočila ga. To.
Momci, cirkular, ko je sve operativan? Kec operativan.
Dvojka operativna.
284, imaš još jedno isto takav položaj, ne znam da li je top, ali ima nešto.
Mi smo vidjeli četvorku da je uništena prijem.
Primjeno, gdje se top ka nama još? Momci, gađajte top.
Gađa on nas.
Now just between those two shells.
Odlično, uništen top izgleda.
Kakav top.
Skrati malo, dok će gađaš još.
Ažurirajte markere hitno.
Yeah, I think we've absolutely nailed the opposition.
Gađate fugasni tamo u bunkere.
Yeah, I gotta fire some shots as well for this mission.
Čini mi se da su svi topovi tamo koji su bili onesposobljeni.
Potvrdno jesu.
Wonder if I can... Alright, that'll do. That'll do.
Primljeno.
Klaus 3 za keca, pomaknuti njihov marker tamo gdje su uništeni otprilike.
Primljeno, zahvaljujem.
Ništa.
Cirkular, pripremite pancirnu probu i ne možda primimo kontranapad iz pravca sjeverozapada.
We may have an enemy counterattack from the northwest. Prepare APCRs. Could be enemy vehicles up ahead. This is a good mission. This is a much better mission than last time. Last time we were over there and we got massacred, if you remember. Nobody survived that. Like, there was one group of infantry tried to make a final push forward and they got knocked out by a AT gun, and that was the end of the mission.
Klaus 1, svim Klausima, odličan posao, svaka čast.
Klaus 1 to all Klaus tanks. Excellent work, boys. Mi smo prošli odlično, Bergam ne toliko.
Samo jedan proživio, a?
Samo jedan. Sad gledam da li vuku marker ili ne, ali ne, samo jedan živ.
A kaskeliš.
Zeko, ti ste? Yeah, we've done great. Bergam, not so much. You can see knocked out. They're knocked out tanks over there. 1, 2, and 3. Oh no, 2 of their tanks were knocked out. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. They're landing perfectly where they need to be. Dialed in the range on that machine gun. Oh, so well. They've those shots have landed practically in the windows of those bunkers. Thing is, infantry has oh, they've got some work to do up ahead. believe that's them clearing out the final trenches now, if I'm not mistaken.
Svi klausi slušaju vamo od
Class platoon, listen up.
T2 koji je ispred nas, koji smo sad gađali. Na 800 metara od njega je sljedeći objektiv. Dakle, kad izbijemo na to uporište odatle, postavite na 800 metara i gađate sljedeći objektiv.
Once we make it to this fortified position, the next enemy fortification is 800 meters away. So...
To je skroz lijevo u formaciji.
Dvojka, mi smo pardon, trojka.
Primljeno, trojka prebaci se desno od mene.
Tank 3 move to the right. I'm gonna keep
Ovaj
this
put nam
nice.
ide mnogo bolje.
Pa barem jedno 200%. U ovom trenutku nam ostalo, ja mislim, 6 ljudi živo prošli put, tako da...
Yes. Puši, kako je to katastrofa bila.
To ovaj top ovdje levo skroz na 212 skinuo sve, ali sve. Last time we played this, that cannon Azimuth 212 knocked out virtually everything, and I do mean everything, like 5 or 6 tanks, all of the infantry, half tracks, everything. It was a disaster. Afrika sam jedno 15 sekundi bukvalno prešao sam mitraljesa. I just went to AFK for about 15 seconds to grab something to drink. I'm gonna be honest, hour and a half of talking, used to that. I did it, well, both for YouTube videos when I record them in a row, in advance. I did it for longer YouTube videos. I did it when I was teaching back in the day. Pretty regularly, talked for like an hour and a half. Once you go above an hour and a half, like we are now, like an hour and 45 minutes, even though there wasn't a lot of talking, there was a lot of downtime here. Yeah, it's it's a lot. But there you go. In come the reinforcements. Oh man, I was so nervous from this mission, I'm going to tell you. I can open up now that we've made it past this point, which is what I was terrified of. I was so nervous for this mission. Class 4 is operational again, they're coming back to...
Ukoliko možete, povedite njih.
I'm also going to bring in some infantry reinforcements.
Koliko ih ima?
Sami se izgleda organizuju prijem.
Koliko ponovi?
Sami se organizuju. Mislim da ih je negdje 4.
Primljeno, da voziti kanal.
There's about 4 infantrymen
Primljeno, krećemo.
left in base, but they're organising some sort of transport for themselves, so our 4th tank is just going to arrive on its own. But back to what I was saying, I was so nervous for this mission, man, because last time I played it, I did not have a specialization for being a tanker. Ever since then, I've acquired said specialization, and now I'm a tanker for real, the proper title and everything. And there's a lot more responsibility, obviously. And I was afraid that, well, I'm not going to just live up to, you know, not going to live up to the expectations, I suppose, in some way. But turns out all is well.
Klaus 4 ažuruje svoj marker.
Ponovi.
Ažuruje svoj marker da znam dok se prilike.
Primljeno.
I was also a little bit nervous if I was to be put in charge of a tank, like being a commander, how I would perform in terms of movement, map, pressure, command, being, you know, dealing with those nerves that I mentioned and all that was, it's not easy, man, you know, it's not, it is just a game, but at the same time it is a game with this many players in, and their experience tonight depends on how I do as a tanker, and how well I perform. It's not easy. But, as you can see, so far so good. I'm gonna just check something. Really quickly. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. This battle is also being live streamed on the official YouTube community page for, well, for this community, right? And I want to see how that live stream is going.
Cirkula, komandiri, budite oprezni, moguć kontranapad i tenkovska opasnost kao i prošli put. Izviđajte. Slobodno izađite iz uzla.
Expecting an enemy counter-attack from the northwest, just like last time. And try and retake their positions.
Cirkular, treba mi status municije. Daću vam 15 sekundi da provjerite.
Klaus.
Dvojka.
Žuto.
Klaus 3, ovdje Klaus.
Šta?
Okej, pozdrav.
Preuzeo komandu nad vodom čovjek. Ovdje Klaus. Jedan jedini glavni. I just mucked up the radio call signs. So this is Klaus, period. Klaus 3, this is Klaus, period. And just didn't transfer anything else over the radio. Didn't transmit anything else over the radio. It was pretty funny.
Evo ga Klaus 4, koliko mu trebalo.
Četvorka, veži se na desni kraj.
Primljeno.
Dobro, došao nazad kolega.
Zahvaljujem.
Reminds me of a joke from, reminds me of a clip from this community from like, I don't know, maybe 4.
Hitno, azimut 300, tenkovi.
Azimut 285 vozilo.
290 nama.
Otvorite.
Vidiš ih. Azimut 300 izlazi isto.
800 metara. Potvrdno nadam se da mogu.
300 opet izašao. Skrati, ovo je manje.
Momci, možete da riješite.
Bravo, ispala posada.
Prvi tank on nesposobljen.
Treba.
Bravo.
Drugi tank uništen.
Kakav skill.
Vjegom štrefa, 283 prilazi nam.
Hitno, treći tank dolazi.
280 sad. Tu je iza ovog što gori.
Jeste svi op...
Klaus warte.
There's my opportunity to get some shots off.
Ovo prolazi kroz njega, šta je bro? Dobre. Briga.
Pa i ja da ubijem nešto.
Dobro, okej.
Hvala.
Klaus 3 za Klausa, ja sam crven sa AP municijom.
Kreni odmah nazad u bazu da se dopuniš.
Primljao.
Da li još neko crven?
Dvojka.
Kreni ti dvojka. Četvorka ja ćemo.
Imamo li dozvolu po putu?
Potpuno idite po putu.
So we're red on ammunition, meaning we're on critically low with our ammo supplies.
Ovako. Ne može tu.
Klaus 3, pri povratku ka nama povučite sa vama kamion sa dopnom, za dopni popravku.
Upon returning, we're gonna bring the truck with repairs and ammunition.
287, proveri i javi mi da li ima tank, prijem.
Ponovi, matke.
Nazimuto 287, proveri da li ima tank, prijem.
So, low on ammo. We're gonna go and replenish that and, you know. And get back in the fight as soon as we do, obviously.
Klaus,
Čuo sam, vraćamo se.
Ajde, prenesi drugom.
Klaus 3 za Klaus 2, okreći se, vraćamo sad za naš položaj, dopuna će doći do nas.
Vidim. Imamo ispred nas tankove, matke.
Što nas vozaju?
Change of plans, we're going back to our firing positions. The ammo and repair truck will be delivered to us. So, we need to go back there and hold the line against any possible further counterattacks.
Hitno tank na zapadu, prijem.
On je sposoben. Negativni uštik.
Klaus 104, on je sposoben, je prijem.
Klaus 3 za Klausa, ja opet imam poteškoće sa internetom, ali mi dalje radi TeamSpeak normalno. Tako da javit ću ti kad budem kompletno operativan.
Prima, vi se vraćate kanal.
Da, Golub je na kontrolu vozila.
Evo, to.
Press.
And there we go, we're in position again.
Klaus 1, Klaus 2, ovdje Klaus 4, ažurira marker, prijem.
Klaus 3 ponovo kompletno operativan.
Cirkula, Klaus, vozila će dolaziti, vozilo za dopun će doći do nas da se dopunimo. Hurri će ga dovesti.
Klaus 3 is having some
Klaus 3 primio.
internet trouble.
Držite, gledajte oprezno naprijed, bila je tenkovska opasnost. Uništilo smo više tenkova.
There's another counter-attack by
Odličan
British
posao, momci.
armor. Keep an eye out, there could be more.
Klaus 1, Klaus 4, prijem.
Prenosi.
Da, ne možeš poslati doktora od ovog tenka da me zakrpi, prijem.
Negativno, nema mi doktora, idi nazad, idi na u objektiv tamo nađi doktora, idi vozi tamo.
Primljeno. Klaus 1, Klaus 4, povući tank sa sobom. Završavam.
Ajde.
Commander of Class 4 is wounded, so they're going to withdraw back to
Klaus
the...
3 za Klaus, mi ćemo sjesti na njihovu poziciju.
Primljeno.
Okay, withdraw back to the objective. The fortified position over here to find the infantry and one of the doctors. Or not a doctor, but a combat medic, I suppose, right? One of the combat medics.
Četvorka, nešto si htio da kažeš, presi.
Alright.
Klaus 4, napušta tank zvuk krpljenja, prijem.
So far, so good. We've just had one casualty, or two technically, two guys in the tank, but we've just lost one vehicle. And outside of that, smooth sailing as could be, pretty much, right? I mean, currently we're a bit low on ammunition. Krizno, vidim pešadiju iza nas, veća grupa, ne bi rekao da su naši po markeru. Direktno iza nas, u motor, ono.
Klaus 2 za jedinicu.
Prenesi.
Iza nas ima grupacija pešadije. Jesu li to naši?
Nisu. 100% nisu. Britanske uniforme.
Dvojka, trojka, okrenite se ka...
Još moraš još.
Iza nas.
Klaus 4, ponovo operativno.
Moguće oklop tamo.
Tražimo vozila.
Znači ovako, Klaus 2 i 3, preorijentište se na jugoist. Nemojte previše da se izlažete, držite se zakona.
Dobro si ih ti vidio.
Klaus 1, Klaus 4, može da ponoviš, prijem.
Ažurirajte marker.
Dole uvali, ili tako?
Da... Nije baš uvali, ima ih troje, 3 tenka, idi malo lijevo. Stoj!
Jel desujete po pešadi, jel ima tamo?
Azimut 72, tank iza šume.
Više tenkova. Easy.
Pogodak.
Kratko. Direkt u njega. Desno malo.
Klaus 4 za sve, Klaus.
Ako ga ne vidiš od drveta, mogu ja da navodim ko zamakne još.
Ajde.
Desno još, malo još desno, nekih 2 stepena desno, možda odatle, od zadnjeg dejstva.
Komunikaciju Bruno, istok, sad ću ti napraviti vatreni forward.
Još malo desno samo.
Primljena.
U meso. Ponovi. Skrati i spusti dole za nekih 2-3 metra samo, ne više. Malo desno.
Primljena, Klaus 4 se upuće.
Imaš sad tu gdje gađaš na liniji, imaš 2 tenka, jedan ispred drugog. Zgrupisali su se. U meso.
Sjeveroistoku.
Eksplodirao, bravo. Levo, levo, odatle.
Treći se povlači nazad u šumu prije.
Skrati za 20 metara i još malo levo. Malo desno toga, između te dve granate. 2 imaš tamo, jedan do drugog. U meso, malo samo niže, nekih metar, 2 samo.
Ja sam kompletno...
Okrenuo su mesto, ponovi. Dobar je. Zamakao iza. Idi desno, ne, obustavi. Desno nekih 10 metara i gore nekih 30 ako možeš.
Idi gas na dok.
Bravo, u gusenicu si ga pogodio. Malkice levo metar i gore metar.
Neka neko dođe nama zaštititi, jer je nama pogođena nam je gusenica.
Jel ste imobilni?
Potvrdno.
Bacite dim.
Bum, bravo. Imaš još jedan mnogo bliže levo.
Da pokriješ ovaj trojku dok se popravi.
Pogodak.
Ponovi.
Nastavi put na
Kreći si
komunikaciju
dalje.
u pravcu sjeveroistoka.
I još jednom.
Trojku dok se popravi.
Primljena.
Trojka ti se popravi, baci dim.
Direktno ispala pešadija, bravo.
Nemamo dimove.
Nema,
Izlačimo se.
Primjeno. Imaš sa komandirovog mjesta crtiš.
Neutralisao na klop.
Prijavi, nema više nijedan.
To je to.
Vidim pešadiju dole, to ću ja malo da se igram. Artiljerija.
Klaus 1, onda Klaus 4, svi neprijateljski oklopi su neutralisani.
A je los
Odlično posao, zadrži svoj položaj, gledaj na sjeveroistoku.
Hitna pešadija se približava ka našoj tijenu.
Primjeno, malo povuci nazad ako treba.
Klaus 2 za jedinicu.
Vidim pešadiju dole, hoćeš da ti izbijem još malo da ih...
Klaus 2 za jedinicu. Sačekaj.
See some infantry down there. We've knocked those tanks out. I was,
Ma se ja čujem na vezu. Klaus 2 za jedinicu. Trebala bi mi dopuna.
Potpuno kad se vrati...
I was just guiding his shots. You know, left, right, because he couldn't see from the bushes, and I had a better view from up here. And so I was guiding those shots in, and we knocked out all of those vehicles. It was freaking amazing.
Cirkula svim Klausima, ucrtani su vam za sve vatreni položaj. Dakle, upute se ka njima odmah. Ko je na dopunu, nek završi sa dopunom.
Klaus 1, Klaus 4 na položaju, završavam.
Stavim malo levo od tog položaja ovdje da vidimo bolje.
Odlično.
Just moved our. We've received orders to get. We've received orders to go here and take a firing position. It's not a good firing position, as you can see. Mm-hmm. So we received new orders on where to stand during the waiting. Pešadi je ispred, mislim da je ona posada što je ispala. Azimut 70 tu po kamenju se motaju. Baš ispod ovih drveća tu.
Aha, vidim.
Klaus 1 neće biti tu pola minute.
Klaus 3 za Klaus, vraćamo se na svoju poziciju.
Hoćeš da gurnem nekih 5 metara ispred da ih vidimo, da ih skinemo.
A jak, idi na dopunu, ovi su sve vratili.
I'm gonna go and refill the tank with weapons and ammo.
Sad gdje nama dopuna, je tu?
Mislim da jeste. Čim je ovaj tank tu.
Da on doći tako.
Klaus ponovo operativan, da se Klaus 3 vratio.
Klaus 3 odmah.
Sad si pun, brat. Ajmo. Evo ga.
Klaus 4 na položaju, prijem.
Svi se vrati na svoje označene vatrene položaje, imate K1, K2, K3, K4, polaka 1. I gledajte pravce koji su tu označeni strelcu. I ažurirajte markere kad se postavite na položaj.
K3 na markeru.
K2 primio, završamo dopunu i upućujemo se kroz minut.
Primjeno, odlično. K4, pomjerio sam ti položaj sjeveroistočnije na kotu 111. Odavde ćeš imati bolji pogled.
Primljeno.
Upući se tamo i ažuriraj marker.
Dopunjam sve.
Ne, moraš da ga približiš na udaru za
Dobro.
municiju. Pas safe.
Top. Nazad kreni prema topu. Prema motoru, to.
Tako.
Čekaj još malo bliže, za svaki slučaj još malo bliže. Evo ga.
Glas 1 i glas 4 na položaju smo, artiljerija dejstvuje blizu nas, prijem.
Prijem na žire marker.
Oh, so there you go, we're refilling the tank. You need to park it really close to the logistics truck. I also took over the radio for a quick second to inform. To inform the platoon commander of where we are and what we're doing. Refilling the tank under artillery fire. What could be more beneficial to our survival?
Klaus 2 za jedinicu.
Klaus 2 prenesi.
Vraćamo se sad opone.
Vremeno, ja kad stigneš da idemo i mi da se dopuni.
Klaus 2 na položaju.
Vremeno.
Just turn off the engine. So we've finished our resupply. Now the command tank can go and resupply itself. And that's it. Oh, I've got a message from someone somewhere. Oh, we have, well, probably should disclose that, never mind. How many artillery shells do the British have? Because you'd think they'd run out at some point, but, well, to be fair, I've played Warner recently, I've been talking about it on these streams, and, I never seem to run out of artillery shells in that game, so, you know, I understand, I figure. Proveri samo, mislim da ti cev prazna, ako mislim meni tako stoji.
Tako i meni stoji, ali ja sam stavio, tako da.
Dobro, ništa onda. Just, it looks as though the gun is empty, but there is a shell inside. It's the icon on the top right-hand corner. Just wanted to check.
Klaus na prijemu prenesi. Kroz minutu. Cirkular. Svi dođite na moj položaj i formiramo se u romb.
Ajmo.
Krenuo sam ka uporištu vamo.
Da, evo ga, kad vidim ga.
Ideš levo od njega.
Diamond formation around the lead tank.
Idemo na sjever, tamo ćemo, pošto je livada tamo ćemo što imamo da ne smeta ovdje planina. Idemo znači sjeverno malo da zaobiđemo ovo brdo i tu se formiramo. Momci, ovo prelijepo izgleda.
Guys, this looks beautiful. That's little praise goes a long way, let me tell you. Little praise goes a long way. Now I'm going to focus even harder on making sure we're inch perfect.
Cirkular za sve Klause, dakle idemo sada u pravcu zapada kao što je iznačeno na karti.
To Klaus platoon, we're going due west. We're following the blue line, going around the objective.
Da se približimo ovom uskom prolazu između objektiva i minskog polja, tu formiramo kolonu.
Once we make it between this, in this little tight pass between the fortified position and the minefield, we're going to form a column and advance down the road, or down this sort of path, and take our firing position here above this little well, whatever it is. It's like it's a huge dip in the terrain. I'm not sure what you would call this, but yeah.
Klaus 2, ovdje Klaus 3.
Ugasite motor.
Na vezi.
Kad ćemo se formirati u kolonu, ti nastavi prvi, mi ćemo sad čekati da ti uđeš pa ćemo mi za tobom.
Primljeno.
Klaus 1, ovdje Klaus 4, opet sam nekako ranjen, treba će mi ponovno doktor prijem.
Izađi pa se zakrpi
Primljena, nego treba da me zašije.
Tank commander of Klaus 4 is wounded again somehow. I think he might be catching some shrapnel once he peeks out of the tank like that. He's gonna need a medic, but, you know, I don't think we have time for going back right now.
Pripremite visoko eksplozivni treba da uništimo vam, da stavljamo sve za zemlju.
Primljeno, namještene su i daljina je već izračunata.
Prepare explosives for enemy positions up ahead.
Daljinu podesite na 800, što se približavamo više smanjujte i prilagođavate.
Set distance to 800 meters and reduce it as we approach the
Ispalite po
enemy
jednu probu.
positions. Fire one shell just to test it out.
Potvrdno 800 je taman. Obustav paljbu. Na moj znak idemo u pokret. Srećno, momci. Sad će artiljerija.
On my signal, we are moving forward. Good luck, folks. Artillery coming in.
Učite u vozila gađanje kao artiljerija oko nas.
There's some enemy. Sorry. Some enemy artillery shells falling around us too. Let's get in these tanks and stay inside.
Cirkular, na sljedećem objektivu na uporištu K3 moguć protitenkovski top, pošto je ta oznaka. Obratite pažnju tu kad budemo
K3.
gleda sa strane.
Right here, it's a fortified position within this system of fortifications. Very likely that this is an enemy anti-tank gun. So as we're crossing this ridge here, we gotta krenu, on nije naredio ništa.
Dok ne kažem da pređemo u kolonu.
Nešto samo cepaj.
And we're moving out. We didn't get the signal too, but I'm betting he forgot. Alright. Switch to column formation, and we're moving rapidly into the enemy's range and line of sight from here.
Pazite, možete se ne sudari. Gledajte lijevo gore.
To je samo bunker.
Ima vamo tenta, vidim top iznad. Uništen top.
Enemy anti-tank gun destroyed.
Sad će vidjeti.
Awesome work, folks. Smooth as butter, parallel to the other Panzers.
Trojka na vezi. Nisi prošao.
Znači, trojka, četvorka, zaokrenite se za 360, gledajte na jug, na uporište da nas nešto ne gađa s leđa. Kec, ja gledamo, to jest dvojka, ja gledamo naprijed dalje, ka sljedećem objektivu.
Laž 4.
Ažurirajte Mark. Aha, neko već povukao, svaka čast.
Valjda 180, ne 360.
Klasno je to 4 dan uzmano da dođem do kamenog dela, odnosno tu gdje je kamenje prije.
Izgleda su naši ušli momci, okrenite se nazad I gledamo.
He said rotate 360 degrees and watch our back. If you rotate 360, you're back where you started. That doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be 180, right? Oh, that is really funny. Oh man, that is funny. Oh, that got a proper laugh out of me. Rotate 360 degrees.
Klaus 3 da Klaus 4, čuvam ti desnu stranu prijem.
Klaus 3 primio. Klaus 3 za Klaus, ovo nam je prilično loša pozicija za obranu. Kompletno smo otvoreni, a veliko brdo je ispred nas.
It's a pretty poor position for defense. We're completely exposed. And there's a great big hill ahead of us.
Amo cirkular, teramo rikverc da odemo ovdje ispod horizonta, da nam vide samo kupole. Idemo rikverc.
Alright, we're going reverse. Trying to hide our lower plates and
Probajte
holes.
malo distancu između vozila. Zaustavite ovdje. Ažurirajte ponovo markere. U redu. Trojka I četvorka razvucite malo još u desno, dvojka ti također u lijevo, da malo razvučemo formaciju, da pokrijemo veći prostor I da prosto držimo veći ostojanje.
Klaus 3 primio, razvlačimo za četvorku.
Odlično, ažurirajte markere poslije toga.
Odradio sve. So you just said spread out so that we can cover a wider area and we can have more angles on the enemy should they push towards us. And adjust your markers on the map accordingly. That's exactly what we've done. So, infantry's clearing out this set of bunkers, fortifications, and etc., etc. And we're just going to wait for them a little bit more. And that's about it.
Momci, ako gledate ispred nas, azimut 330, vidimo sljedeći objektiv, ono je veliku tvrđavu. Na njemu se vidi par topova i slično. Sad ću te iskomuniciram da dobijemo distancu, dobit ćemo kroz minutu, manje, i da opalimo svi po jednu visoku eksplozivnu tamo da pokušamo uništimo one topove, ako ih vidite.
Topovi na donjem zidu ili na gornjem?
Na gornjem, lijeva strana. Vidi se mreža.
Potvrdo vidim.
Trying to increase my view distance. See if I can't spot those things. Doesn't look like it.
Predlažem da ti dvojka gađate levi, ja i trojka desni. Prijem.
Ja ne vidim taj desni.
Pa kažem ti dvojka levi, a ja i trojka da gađamo desni.
Potvrno. Dvojka, da li vidiš ti taj top?
Negativno.
Dođi do mene, desno. Ne sad tamo tvrđavu na pahinu preko puta. Ima. Čekam distancu. Jel vidiš Joksi?
Vidim.
Trojka za keca.
Vidim sve.
Ovo mi izgleda od oko 450 do 500 metara.
Sad ćemo da vidimo kolika distanca. Jel vidiš Joksi gdje je?
Vidim.
Ma kak 450 kilometri više.
Vidim.
Tebe ne čujem. Aha, vidiš. Znači ovaj lijevo, on će ovaj desno. Ja taj desno ne vidim, ali on vidi. Stvar vidi se.
Klav 4 za sve, imamo ucrtane bunkere na karti prijem.
Potvrdo, znači trojka, četvorka će gađati top 2 sa desne strane ulaza, dok ćemo dvojka i ja gađati top 1 sa lijeve strane. Distanca 2320, podeste.
Ponovi distancu.
2320.
So distance 2,320 meters.
Dobro.
Dobro, prepazite koju tačno podešavate gore različite. Jedna je za pancirno probojno, druga je za
pancer je donja.
Recite kad su elementi spremni.
Klaus 3 spreman.
Klaus 2 spreman.
Klav 4 spreman.
3, 2, 1, pali. Treba da povećamo.
Može iduća?
Primjerno vidim, upravo smo ispucali svi po jednu, treba vršimo korekciju da povećamo.
Predlažem 2000.
Povećaj. Povećaj za 200,
Missed.
Klaus 3 spreman.
Increased by 200 meters and
Klaus 2 spreman.
ready.
Klav 4 spreman.
3, 2, 1, pali.
Odbačim.
Ovo baš podbacuje.
Može
Dobro
još
smo
jedan?
priznu. Azimut 230, neprijatelj sa lijevog boka na livadi otvoreno. Hitno otvorite vatru.
Samo na...
Vidiš ih.
O, mi ih sve pobili. Zostavi.
Ne, ima gore još puno.
Pa da, ali to ostavljamo pešadi.
Aha, okej. I'm gonna leave the rest to the infantry.
Nešto kreni. Neka vozila na 300.
Hitno 320 neprijateljski tenkovi.
320 neprijateljski tenkovi ispred nas, negdje se od brda.
Minus.
To je tih tenkova, 6.
Bukvalno 6, evo ti 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ili 6, bukvalno. It's literally like 5 or 6 tanks over there.
Može li ovaj pešadi ove vamo da ubije? Nešto ih ima puno.
A ja bi mi opalio jednu tamo, ali da ne bude posle.
Ne.
Yeah, we're not, we don't have permission to engage with the infantry. It's one of those video game type situations. We want want our own infantry to deal with something and have enough enemies to fight. But as you can see, they're having a great time dealing with all of that. Although, to be fair, we do need to conserve ammunition. So if we were to... And we could realistically turn the machine guns around and bring them to bear on the enemy, but... outside of that, we really shouldn't be using our guns on British riflemen like that, because... we need to conserve these cannons and conserve the ammunition therein for the push towards Tobruk. Resources are pretty scarce. I doubt we're going to have much in the way of replenishment from here to the north, so... yeah. Oh man, I want to turn these machine guns around and hit them, but orders are orders, and you know, let the infantry have their fun. Can't take all the kills away from them. It is a milsim game, but it is still a game. They need to do some fighting too.
Ajde, dođi levo.
Čuo, sad ćemo.
Uvaži. Pripremite fugas.
Desno njega. Desno, ne tamo.
Desno od vostoka.
Yes.
Izvini, na mitraljaju sam bio, nisam čuo dugo ništa.
Lagan.
Imate ponovi, znači 2800 distance.
Kod njega
možete staviti 3000 metara, samo morate ciljati više.
Primjer.
Tako. To?
Podesite 3000 metara i ciljajte zid. Recite kad ste spremni.
Klaus 3 spreman.
Klaus 2 spreman.
Klaus 4 spreman.
Alright, we're doing the long range shooting again, trying to hit that.
3, 2, 1, pali. Izvršavamo korekciju, povećajte ili smanjite ako je potrebno. Recite kad ste spremni.
Klaus 2 spreman.
Klaus 3 spreman.
Klaus 4 spreman.
3, 2, 1, pali.
Tank.
Klaus 4 za sve nekoga...
Tanko i azimut 250.
Evo tankovi momci, pacimo pobojne pripreme.
Alright, we got tanks.
Treći tank 261 azimut.
Kratko.
Vidim.
Bravo.
Da je mrtav.
Klaus 4 za sve, 2 tanka neutralisana prijem.
Evo ga. Uf.
A daj. Ne stigoh. To je već da su to svi.
Kec, to jest ja i dvojka, gledamo zapad, sjeverozapad i čekamo neprijateljske tenkove. Trojka i četvorka, pripremite se da gađate top 2
Azimut 295 izviruje iznad brda. Gore, 295. Na brdu gore.
Pomeri unazad, pogodit će naš. Dobro, ubili su ga.
Klaus 4
Trojka za keca, mi se moramo malo popraviti, mi smo crveni, prebili smo 2 metra od ovih tenkova.
Primjeno povuci se.
Povukli smo se iza kamena i popravljamo se.
Četvorka, ti jesi dobar.
Klaus 1 onda
There you go, that's one more tank knocked out on top of that hill. Just, I'm calling targets for the operator, of course.
Ajde opali jednu tamo na T2.
We're,
Spremljeno.
look at all the smoldering British wrecks. Beautiful.
Reci kad opališ. Podesi, kako si već podesio posle korekcije, reci kad si spreman.
Klaus 4 dejstvo.
Klaus 3 ponovo operativan, vraćamo se na poziciju do dejstvama.
Povećaj.
I'm really wondering how the infantry's doing, because we're sort of letting them
Klaus 3 također dejstvo.
deal with enemy counterattacks and stuff. We're not providing them with much support, as per our orders.
Podbacili smo od bojica, brvi su više.
Komunicirajte.
Klaus 3, jesi spreman?
Ja sam i dalje kratak, spreman sam za iduću.
Povećaj.
Klaus 3, obavećaj se.
1. Spreman sam.
Nešto si.
Pogledak.
Ovjerite ga, pogodite još jednom.
Može još jednom. 3, 2, 1, pucaj.
Odličan.
Puta 2 pogledaj.
Obustavi. Idemo sad lijevo na top 1. Koja je distanca mate?
Ja držim na 3000 metara.
Podeste 3000 metara i gađate i posle radimo korekciju gore dole. Jeste spremni?
Samo ciljajte iznad.
Tako je, samo iznad.
Klaus 3 do Klaus 4, Bolesnika si spreman.
Otvori vatru.
Klaus 3 spreman.
Klaus 4 spreman, dejstvuj.
Klaus 3 za Klaus 4 malo više.
Momci, još desno,
Bravo.
ima znači, još desno. Ima, kak se zove, šator se vidi i top. Dobar. Nastav da gađaš tu, da ga uništimo do kraja. Povećavaj, smanjuj po potrebi.
Primljeno, držim istu distancu.
Dobar, bravo momci, svaka čast.
They finally found the range on those AT guns
Ovjerite i
over
onaj
in the
dvojku,
distance.
za svaki slučaj. Dobar. Bravo momci.
3,000 meters away. You know what? I'm now very curious. I want to look it up. 75mm Panzer 4 gun max.
Dobar, ovjerite još jednom jedinicu. Pripremite svi na jedinici na moj znak
Panzer
pucaš.
4 75mm gun
Pripremite
max
reste kad ste spremni.
range.
Klaus 3 spreman.
2,000 meters direct fire and over 7,000 meters for indirect fire was the maximum range on the Panzer 4.
Klaus 2 spreman.
Klaus 4 spreman.
Trojka isto spreman.
2, 1, pali. Bravo, jebao sam dugo.
Bravo, momci, svaka čast.
Obustavite momci vatru. U stvari, ajde da ponovimo na dvojci još jednom, za svaki slučaj. Kad već možemo. Jeste spremni?
Spreman.
Spreman.
Klaus 4 spreman.
3, 2, 1, pali. To je to, momci. Odličan posao. Obustavite vatru.
Oh, there you go. Just nailed the two AT cannon positions a couple of more times. Make sure they come back.
Mate, ajde gađaj vrh brda, odredi nam tu distancu.
Da.
Ovo je prebacilo, ja mislim.
Ako ih interesuje, vidio sam da je otišla 5 km iza brda, iznad ono.
Pustite samo matu da on odredi, da mi ne trošimo municiju. Jer ja ne vidim pogodke, ali neko drugi vidi.
Evo, samo sekund. Još malo.
Prebačaj, odnosno podbačaj. Malo povećaj.
Koja je to distanca?
Maksimalna distanca i nekih 2 centima više od... Evo, pista će biti 3 centima više.
Mislim da ne može domete sa granatom.
Čuli ste, momci, na maks stavite i povećate za par centima gore. Recite kad ste spremni.
Pun pogodak.
Klaus 4 spreman.
Close 3 spreman.
Close, no spravo.
3, 2, 1, pali.
A nije tamo, brate, pogrešan azimut skroz. Ti si na 320 upalio, trebaš na 330 okruglo.
Aj ti onda probaj.
Obustavite dejstvo.
A još jednu.
Ajde još jednu. 3, 2, 1, udri. To je to, obustavite.
Boom. Evo ti.
Kraguj.
Da.
Vozi za Vostokom.
Može.
Držite distancu.
Samo ažurirajte markere.
Alright, there you go. Got to fire a few rounds as well. Nailed that position up there.
Prebacite se po mogućnosti lako u romb, ako nas možete stići skoro.
Dvojka zaobilazi ih za ih prelazi na desnu stranu. Da li nastavljamo sa dejstvom po zidovima?
Nemojte još dejstvovati kad dođemo na položaj.
We're not firing on the castle just yet. We're just rolling forwards. Our command tank. Diamond formation. Oh, this looks beautiful. Oh man, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Tell you what, for a little while. No. That's not, thought I could give you like a slightly different view from inside the driver's hatch and how it works, but nah, it's just not worth it, honestly.
Momci, izvijamo gore na vrh.
Kostri primio.
Klav 4 će se nadovezati na desnu stranu prijem.
Ažurirajte markere.
Istoraka stać između keca i trojke prijem.
Otvorite gore vatru kao vrhu. Ugasni auto.
Bra. Up, up, up.
Podesno na 1006 metara.
Top tamo gdje si pada, baš tu.
Jebote.
Hoćeš nazad?
Jesi pogodio, povuci. Dvojka za kjecu, pogođeni su.
Jedinica pokret, nastavljamo dalje u rombu, gas.
Ništa prati.
Formacija rombe ili linija prijem.
Time information. Possibility uspjeha. Yeah, imamo. Yeah, we do. So far, it's been terrific. Like, we've only lost one tank, and they came back as reinforcements. We're absolutely nailing them. It was great. We managed to... Yeah, I'm going to fall a little bit behind, so we maintain formation. We managed to hit those cannons up there from a distance of around 3,000 meters. So, I mean, I'm pretty thrilled about that. There you go. More enemy. Fortifications, positions, there's a barracks up there as well and everything. And now we're going to move in a column, right? Or what? Now we've sort of broken formation a little bit here, that's fine. I'm going to follow the lead tank. Go right behind him. That's some proper action finally. So much better than back in Syria. Well, yes, but to be fair, Syria wasn't that bad. It wasn't the most interesting thing ever, obviously.
Idemo, nastavimo još dalje posle objektiva da vidimo, da pazimo prilaze. Razvijte se u liniju, znači dvojka lijevo od mene, pardon, trojka lijevo od mene, desno od mene, dvojka i četvorka.
Trojka primjela.
Neće brže.
Ništa, ovako ćemo.
Zaustavite ovdje, moci, formiramo liniju.
But no 6-7 tank.
Neću puno izlagati sljedećem objektivu. Ažurujete marker.
I shall.
Šta bi?
Artiljerija.
Nešto nas gađa.
Javim artiljerija. Dobro, ništa. Artillery firing on us. No 6-7 tank. Look, I'm no comment. Fucking hell, man. Oh god.
Vidim top unutra.
I believe something on my tank is damaged. I really can't see what, but something is. And as a result, I'm not able to go as quickly as I want to, but here we are, pushing our way forwards. And there's a little spot in the line right there we can take.
Vuc Rikec.
Lav 4 za sve, povucite se nazad do vozila dok ne prođe dejstvena artiljerija prijem.
Neko tuče po nama, puste malo nazad.
Artiljerija.
Da. Zaustavi ovdje. Popravite formaciju.
Fix up the formation and hold here. There you go. Alright. All things considered, I think that went extraordinarily well.
Položaja lijevo, desno, gore. Odličan posao I ažurirajte marke.
Halal 4 čuva sever I istok prijem.
Put our markers where they're supposed to be. And there we go. Yeah. This is about the end of the mission, I think. Got about maybe 30 minutes of it left, at the most. But as far as the tanks are concerned, I don't see... Actually, we have one more objective, don't we? We have this one too. I didn't realise that. Thought this was the final one, but yeah. We have Objective Ernst over there at the end, just outside of Tobruk, which you can actually see the city of Tobruk right over there. Look at that.
Čas da dođem do tebe, ali smijem.
Potrebno može.
Any history lessons on the mission? A couple. There were a couple. I mean, you know me, I couldn't resist. We talk about armor, tanks, weapons, etc., etc. I couldn't resist. Had to look up what the maximum range on the 75mm was. I am shocked. Direct line of fire, 2,000 meters. Indirect, 7 kilometers. This thing can reach out and touch targets 7 freaking kilometers away. I had no idea it was that much. I thought like 3, 4 at the most. Like direct fire, okay, I can see it being like 1.5 to 2. Indirect, obviously it's going to be a lot more because of, you know, the ballistics and the way indirect fire works and stuff. But 7 kilometers, and it was able to reliably hit stuff 7 kilometers. Well, okay, 7. Let's say reliably able to hit stuff 6 kilometers away. This thing is insane.
Da li neko ima vizualno na Vostoka I na Mate?
Negativno.
Ne.
Potrebno ima vizualno na jednog od njih dvojice.
The 2 tank commanders just left their tanks and I think they're talking behind this vehicle.
Čini mi se da je došlo do neke pucanje toga.
Well, they moved up forwards a little bit. But anyways, like I mentioned previously, one of the reasons the Desert Fox was, and generally the Africa Corps was so effective, was their 88mm. What they would do is bring a truck with an 88mm, put it atop a hill like this, and fire away, and they would outrange and outclass anything the British would bring. And so we talk about the Blitzkrieg being effective and, you know, lightning warfare, smart tactics, better tanks that the Germans had compared to the British, etc., etc. All that's fine and well, and it's true. One of the driving factors that isn't really talked about that much behind the Wehrmacht's success in the Africa campaign is range. Being able to outrange your opponents and knock them out before they can... Okay, sorry. Oh, wait, the clip. Yeah. Oh, my content.
Nema, kralj.
I'm sorry, I gotta... I'm sorry, the platoon commander just entered our tank and said, "Oh, sorry, wrong bus. Tank, wrong tank." Oh god.
Četvorka, slušaj vamo. Trojka, ti ćeš da povedeš, četvorka prati, morate ući u tvrđavu direktno iz uličnog kontakta sa pješađem, izgleda su svi tamo pogledali.
Oh shit, okay, dial in. Looks like we lost all the infantry, well, most of it at least.
Pazite zidove, nalazi se iznad vas.
Looks like we've lost most of the infantry down here.
Četvorka, samo okej, za nama.
3 and 4 are going to go up there, climb the hill, and provide direct fire support.
Pazite, i na zidovima se nalazi iznad.
Also infantry on these walls, as well as inside the compound. Alright, I'm just going to scan the horizon as I tell you about this. So, as I was saying, one of the driving factors behind the Wehrmacht's success was the 88mm cannon. Because, like I said, lightning warfare, better tanks, all that's fine and well. The ability to prepare the battlefield, lay the groundwork, as it were, with, you know, by outranging your enemy and just knocking out everything at a distance before you roll in with the tanks is vital. And there's actually, if you think about it, there's a real good reason behind why so much of World War II footage that was captured features 88mm cannons, right? You think about it, I mean, on the one hand, obviously it's easier to capture footage that's in the background, that's, you know, kilometers and kilometers away from the front lines, it's easier to get camera crews there and everything, but aside from that, there is also the propaganda in there of, look what we can do, right? And it was very deliberate, and it was targeted. They knew that those films would be seen by the Allies, and also, it's also like a part of reality of what really happened. Before every offensive, you would plop down those 88s, and you would use them both as anti-air guns, as long-range artillery guns, and as direct fire support guns. And so you'd plop them down on a hill, and like from here, you could hit the entirety of Tobruk. So you can imagine putting down a battery of 88s over here, and the British, poor bastards over there in the town, can't reach you. And so Blitzkrieg is all well and truly phenomenal. If you can eliminate the enemy before, you know, rolling in, that's even better, and that was the case. I mean, generally, outside of that, German field artillery was really good too. Although, to be fair, it wasn't really German, it was a lot of it was Czech, but still, you know, it was very good. Long-range guns, accurate guns, they were able to pin down and sometimes completely destroy the enemy before the main army went in. And so, yeah, like, also, crazy what the Germans built back then. I mean, 6 to 7 kilometers in direct fire range is crazy good. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And on a mobile platform, I mean, this isn't a gun that you put down and then it's a large caliber piece with a very long barrel, and then you sort of dial in the instruments and everything, and then you fire. This is on a mobile platform. This is a relatively small gun as well. Look at it. Like a 75mm is not a big gun, and you can hit that from this distance. It's wow. But yeah. Especially in desert terrain like this, where there's so much open, flat ground ahead of you, it was good. It was well and truly good, technologically speaking. But then also there is Erwin Rommel's approach to the way he fought wars and everything. Wasn't really like this most of the time, though this is historically accurate, that the push towards Tobruk happened more or less like this, with the Blitzkrieg going, armor and mechanized elements in front, and then you have the rear troops sort of securing this corridor and stuff like that. That's all fine and well, but later down the line, the way Rommel approached a massive British and Allied formations that were heading his way, or when he needed to engage them, is he would just drive forward, drive forward as close to the enemy as possible until he made contact with the advanced elements. The moment the Germans made contact with the advanced elements, they would retreat. And again, well, that's not very blitzkrieg. Yeah, blitzkrieg isn't a suicidal charge forward, right? Blitzkrieg element is them driving all the way to where the enemy's supposed to be. But it wasn't just a suicidal tactic of driving forward and keep driving forward until, you physically roll over everything and etc. etc. No, not quite. Instead, they would do like a fake withdrawal, and as soon as the enemy would come charging towards the retreating German elements, they would say, aha, we've got the Huns on the run, right, go after them, this is it. They would develop an encirclement, so they would envelop the enemy from the flanks and destroy them. And this is exactly what happened in so many battles against the British. One of the most famous ones, I believe, is Kasserine Pass, right? The Americans got their got their teeth kicked in. The very first time they fought the Desert Fox in the Africa Corps, right? So it's a mixture of tactics, and I think oftentimes it's sort of depicted as this suicidal charge forward with a bunch of tanks and mechanized elements and stuff, and, that's blitzkrieg. No. It's very nuanced, and there's a lot to it. Like, there's the logistics behind it, the support, the artillery, the aviation, which played a crucial role for all of this, and then, obviously, later down the line, 43, 44, maybe 44 was already over, but, like, around 43, the Luftwaffe is a shadow of its former self, right? Basically, barely any planes left, and that dramatically changed the outcome of the war as well. So, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot more nuance there, there's a lot more things to consider than just blitzkrieg charge, banzai charge forward, It had a lot of moving parts, it wasn't all... It was quick warfare, but it was maneuver warfare, right? It wasn't suicidal charge forward. It was move backwards and forwards and left and right. It was move everywhere. And on a larger scale of things as well, it involved moving quickly, logistics moving quickly too. That's blitzkrieg as well. Right, mission complete, there we go. I need to end the stream right now, because my OBS has been bugging out recently, and I couldn't end the stream properly. Had to force end task and everything. So, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This was a great success. We've well and truly shown what the tankers of the Arma Serbia community can do. This time with minimal losses. We've pushed all the way to Tobruk, and it was... truly awesome. Thank you for everyone that played, thank you for everyone that watched live, and for everyone that's going to watch this as a VOD. I'll see you all next week. Until then, have fun, take care, and bye-bye.